upon a time, in a small town called Ede, there lived a young woman named Ralia. Ralia was such a pretty girl. She was renowned throughout the town for her stunning beauty. Her hair was long and shining. Her eyes sparkled like the clearest sapphire. And her smile, oh my God, it could melt the coldest of hearts. However, despite her charm, Ralia was not easily swayed by the countless suitors who sought her hands in marriage. Princes to merchants and noblemen, everybody wanted to marry Ralia. And this brought up the popular saying, everybody in the village started calling her Ralia the sugar girl because she was so pretty. And Ralia would be like, I do not want a man who has little or nothing to offer me. She would say with a soft but resolute smile, I want a man who can offer me wealth beyond my imagination. I want a life of luxury that nobody can take away. I'm sorry, I won't be able to marry you. Have you subscribed to my channel? Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Desire was not for love, but for the grandeur and extravagance that only a rich man could provide. She dreamt of diamonds, luxurious shopping, and grand feasts, everything a common life could not offer. One day, word started spreading across town that a mysterious, extraordinarily wealthy man named Lucien had arrived at the town. Who is this man? He was a figure of intrigue. No one knew his origin, yet he was known to possess lands and treasures beyond measured. Lucien lived in a big mansion downtown, all alone with his workers. Everybody started gossiping. Who is this rich man? Where has he come from? Okay. When Ralia had the news of Lucien, she was really curious. In her pursuit for wealth, she decided that she was going to make this man her husband. When she first laid her eyes on Lucien, something about him captivated her heart. Lucien was very tall, dark, and handsome. He was Ralia's dream man, and she's like, I have to marry him. But there was something strange about his eyes. He couldn't afford to look at Ralia eye to eye. It was like he was avoiding eye contact. But she dismissed all of this and she was very determined to marry him. They courted for a while. He took her on a few expensive dates and all of this. And then Lucia asked for her hand in marriage. Earlier, the decision was very easy. Here was a man who could give her everything she had ever dreamed of. They got married in a very lavish ceremony. Their wedding was the talk of Ede town. Everybody was talking about it. And their honeymoon was something out of a dream. But one thing was sure, Lucien made sure he told Ralia that he was an orphan. So she wasn't expecting to see his parents or anyone at the wedding. Anyways, they continued to live very happy, enjoying shopping sprees, immersed estates. Everything Ralia ever dreamed of was at her fingertips. Oh boy, did Lucia really spoil Ralia. He took perfect care of her. She was living the dream. Ralia is what you call a trophy wife. She didn't have to lift a finger. There were helpers everywhere in the house, helping her to do everything she needed to do. She was living the dream. But as time passed, strange things began to happen. Ralia found herself pregnant, a joyous occasion she has looked forward to all her life. However, as her pregnancy began to progress, she started noticing something increasingly odd about her husband. Lucien never ever for once looked at himself in a mirror, not for once. If they passed a mirror in their grand mansion, he would quickly turn his head, avoiding the reflective surface as though it was some kind of curse. Ralia was worried. Why doesn't my husband like looking at the mirror? And then she noticed that he had very few mirrors in the house. This was really beginning to worry her, and she was getting more and more curious. One night, as her belly kept growing with life inside her, Ralia grew very restless and decided she was going to confront her husband about this strange behavior. He dismissed it shabbily and told her not to worry about it. My wife, don't stress yourself and my baby. Please go back to sleep. I just don't like looking at myself in the mirror. There's nothing to it. Okay, if you say so. Ralia became curious and decided to talk to her mother. Her mother advised her to confront Lucien with a mirror and make sure she forced him to look at the mirror. Ralia thanked her mother and decided she was going to do this. Some months later, Ralia gave birth to a beautiful baby, and Lucian was really happy. She was really happy. Lucian was happy. Everybody was happy. This baby was a beauty to behold. Yet, there was no changes in Lucian's attitude. He would still not look at the mirror. Ralia grew more and more worried, and she decided to confront her husband with a mirror one day. On this fateful day, Lucian, she asked. Her voice was trembling with both fear and curiosity. Why do you refuse to look at yourself in the mirror? He didn't turn around. His voice became cold and distant. Lucian, I'm asking you again. Why do you refuse to look at yourself in the mirror? And Lucian said, my wife, you do not want to know. Ralia's heart began to race. The unease in his tone was undeniable, but she was determined to uncover the truth today. Please, my husband, I need to understand. Why don't you like to look at yourself in the mirror? Lucian slowly turned to face her, and for the first time, Ralia saw something truly horrifying and scary. His eyes were so intense and captivating, empty. His face was looking pale, and suddenly the skin color disappeared. Lucian's lips barely moved as he whispered, I am dead, Ralia. I have been dead for many years. She staggered back. Her mind was racing to comprehend what he was saying. No, that can't be true. You're here with me. You're real, Lucian. Before she could look around, Lucian had disappeared, and everywhere in the mansion started shaking. She looked everywhere for him in the house, but to no avail. She was so scared, she took her baby and ran out of the mansion. She went to visit an old woman and explained her ordeal. The woman said she knew Lucian and showed her his grave. I know this man, Lucian. He died few years ago. I was really surprised when I heard the news that he moved back into Ede town. I wasn't sure, but hearing from you, I know he was the one. Ralia was really sad and depressed. She moved back to her parents' house with her baby and cried every day. As her baby grew older, everybody in the village made fun of her. She regretted the consequences of her action and was a very, very miserable young woman. To this day, some say that if you stand near the mansion in the dead of night, you can hear ghosts running around. I don't know how true that is. Ralia was alone for so many years and she raised a baby alone. Let me know what you learned from this story in the comment section. If you enjoyed listening to this story, don't forget to watch, like, share with your family and friends, and subscribe to my channel. Bye. See you in my next video. Thank you.